give yourself about 3 feet apart. Hold on. We gonna do this again. All right. First of all, everybody give me 10 push-ups. Let's go. We go together. We do it together. All right. Little man, come out here. You the captain. All right. We gonna follow him. Everybody follow him on 10. Let's go. Count him out. 1, 2. If you came here to be the best, and you want to be the best, then you got to learn how to play as a team and be together. And right now, we're at the DG camp, the Darren group camp. Y'all got to act like y'all the best. So let's light up over here and give you 2 laps. Let's go. The 2 last rounds, 2 last rounds, let's go. Come out, come out. Go. Let me get all the coaches behind the players. Let me get all the coaches behind the players. Now we're going to try this one more time. Listen up! Hey. Listen up! I want everybody to stand up. Everybody stand up! I don't need no help. We good. Can I get all the coaches behind the team? Can y'all get behind the team? Now, give me 3 feet apart. Here we go. Now. Call this machine gun. See everybody do this. Machine gun. Be here. Be here. Be here. Be here. Come on. Let's go on defense. Let's go. Let's go on defense. Right here, straight on Hold on. Now, say machine gun, we're going to get it to machine gun. When I say a full turn to the right, what you going to do? Full turn to the right, go back to the right, then come back to your machine gun. Say full turn to the left, full turn to the right, come back. We got that? Do we have that? Yeah! That ain't good enough. Give me 10 more. Hurry up. Let's go. Push up. You guys are supposed to be together. That's one. Wait a minute. You guys are supposed to be together. 1, 2, 3. I got 1 over here, I got 3 over here, I got 2 over here. That's how you get beat as a team. If you don't work together and you don't do things together, you are going to get beat. Your team will get beat. Now you may look good, you may have a lot of points, but if you can't play together and act as one, you will get beat. Count them out. Let's go. Go. 4 a.m. this morning. I sat in the airport. My flight was supposed to leave at 6 a.m. My flight didn't leave till 11. Everybody in the airport kept telling me to go home. I said, no, I got some kids I gotta see. I gotta be here. It was important to me to get here to see you. So if it's important to me to get here to see you, and I'm only gonna spend about 45 minutes with you, then I'm gonna demand all your attention. You know why? Because for these 45 minutes, what am I? I'm the greatest. I'm the greatest. Now, when I say defensive stance, I want everybody to get down in the defensive stance and say defense. Defensive stance. Defense. That wasn't good enough. That wasn't good enough. You have to do it one more time. I need to hear it. I need to hear it. Defensive stance. You be sitting at home and you look. You have to make a feeling. So that rhythm. Say full turn to the left. Come back. I want to hear defense. Say full turn to the right. Come back. To the defense. All got to be together. All right? Go, go, go. Stand! Keep going. Because see, everybody wants to score. Everybody wants to look like a different curve and shooting pretty. They don't like the people who stop from shooting pretty. So now they teach you how to get in their face, how to stop somebody from scoring. Because if you can stop somebody from scoring, then the coach's gonna play you a lot. So now we're gonna do some slides. Slide to the left, we're gonna slide to the right. So when I point this way, now we're going to do this a slide. When I point that way, we're going to do this a slide. When I tell you to come this way, so slide up. Go down, slide back. All right. Give me the step. Machine gun. Go down to the left. Go to the right. Good job. Now let me get everybody where you are right now. Everybody just take a seat. We can go back to Now what I was saying about life, right? This is the age where you're laying your foundation. Now what's your foundation? Your foundation is your values, your trust, your belief, your honesty, your discipline. What type of person are you going to grow up to be? That too. And these are the foundation here. So if you can imagine a house, the first thing they do is they dig a hole. And the reason why they dig a hole is because they have to put good stuff in that hole to make sure that foundation is solid. That is the age that you are at now. So don't take these times for granted. These are very important years. These are very important years. Because these are your foundation years. This is when your ears are open, your mind is open, your eyes are wide, and you're taking in information. And you're saying, I want to be like that. I don't want to be like that. I want to walk this way. I don't want to walk that way. But you're going to have friends who are saying, over here. You're going to be getting pulled. Now, when you are an adult, it's easier for you to say, no, I'm good. I'm going to go my own way. But when you're young right now, it's hard to pull away because you're still laying your foundation. So when you build a house, and this is what you're building your strong house to stand in. I'm gonna stand in my strong house one day. You building it now. You laying your foundation. Now concrete is laid. Now you gotta start putting the house on. What's the house? School. I don't want to learn nothing. I was the same way. I don't want to go to school. But guess what? That education, yeah, it's important. It's important because it helps you think clearly. So while you building your house, what kind of house you gonna build? Some people say they want a mansion. Some people say they want a condominium. Some people say they want an apartment. But it all depends on what you want and what you build. These are the things that you have to start thinking about today. Some of you may be too young to grab it. But you 13 to 17-year-olds, you gotta hear me closely. Because this is the time when the world and life plays its worst trick on you. This is the time when you're most vulnerable. This is the time when you are susceptible. So if you don't have your guard on, you don't have your shield on, and you don't know which way you're walking and which direction you're going, you end up in trouble. Whether it be pregnancy, whether it be drugs, whether it be alcohol, whether it be games, these are the times when all these things are coming at you. And you got to be strong.
Okay, Isiah, when you were 10 to 17 and you were coming to things like this, how did this kind of activity shape you as not only a person, but as a player?
So when I was 10 to 17, growing up on the west side of Chicago, I never went to like basketball camps like this. A lot of the knowledge that I got came from John McClendon, Coach Johnny Gage, Brother Alexis, and all my brothers. The Martin Luther King Boys Club, Our Lady of Sorrows, Resurrection with Chuck Murphy. I wasn't fortunate enough to have someone like a Darren Hammond who has the Darren Group, who was putting on camps around the neighborhood and around the community.
Now, why do you feel like, you're an NBA champion, all-star, and all of this. What makes you want to come back to this community to talk to these young people?
We all share the same story. We all are growing up in poverty. I grew up in extreme poverty, and it's important that you show up. A lot of times, people give contributions just from their wallet, but the actual show up and the presence, people remember that longer than they actually do the dollars that you gave them. So it's important that you show up and you have presence, because then it's something that they really can see that they can aspire to be, as opposed to reading about it in a book.
So what's important about, get on in here, Darren, what's important about working with this man, Darren, standing here next to you?
Well, what's important to me is that he's giving back to the community, and he's passing on knowledge to the kids, and he's helping them become better. He's been a servant to the people as opposed to trying to hustle and make money. And I'm very impressed by Darren in terms of what he's been doing, what he's become, the man that he's grown into, the young man that he was and what he is now. He's really something special. He gives something special to the community.
Now, Darren, we know Isiah Thomas. I was a season ticket for the Bulls for 12 years. I did cuss you out a couple of times, Isiah, but it was okay. It was okay. But what made you reach to Isiah to come out and talk to the kids today?
First of all, he was my idol. And this is someone that I want to be like, coming out of the west side of Chicago. Isiah know what it is, to be a part of this situation right here, because he grew up on the west side of Chicago, from the city of Chicago. So it just makes it all good and better to have someone that know the system, know about the community, to come out and be with the kids and just keep it real. I love him to death. I really do.
One last question. When you grew up in the 60s, we all had games, you know, and fighting and all of this other stuff. The youth violence that's going on today has gone on to another level. What in your mind do you think will help to make sure that these young ones don't fall into that heavy violence that's going on today?
So I grew up on the west side where the first original gang was started, the Vice Lords, and what it was started for. And it wasn't labeled a gang. Those values that we talked about, those taking care of one another, before drugs and weapons impacted our neighborhood, there was a social conscience of brotherhood trying to get better in this country. Classified as black, classified as Negro, classified as people of color, we were trying to break through that, gain our nationality, restore our birthrights. So that's what the movement was all about. It was never about killing people and selling drugs. So those who say that they're in a gang, I would ask them to go back and read their original charter and what their values were supposed to be and what they're really supposed to stand for. Because what they stand for today is not what we were standing for back then.